In this video, we're going to be talking about how to make it on Spotify, how to earn a full-time income from Spotify. What are the odds of you actually doing this? The data I'm going to be pulling is a little bit out of date. It's from 2020. While they've grown slightly since, the actual odds of you being able to be this successful on the platform haven't really changed at all. So the actual percentages I'm going to be sharing are very accurate. Okay, let's dive in. First thing that we talk about is how many artists are on the Spotify platform. So there are about 11 million active projects on Spotify, basically have uploaded music over the last year or so. So there are 11 million artists on Spotify, and about 57,000 of those in 2020 earned over $10,000. That represents about 0.5% of the total artists on Spotify. In other words, 1 in every 200 artists is earning $10,000 or more from Spotify every single year. This might seem like a really low number, and I would say that yeah, I mean, it kind of is. 0.5% is not great odds if you're just looking at it from a statistical probability. However, I would argue that it's not that hard to be better than 199 other artists. Most artists do not try. If they say they do try, a lot of them are lying because, and this is harsh, I know, but at the same time, you have artists that are producing music quietly, secretly in their bedroom, and then putting it out there, and they don't let anyone know. Obviously, you're not going to get any listeners from putting music out and then not actually promoting it at all. Better than 200 artists thing is not really that hard. Also, artists don't last very long. Most artists and bands, I've been a part of a lot of bands in my time, and very few of them lasted more than a year. If you just last more than a couple projects, you're going to beat out almost everybody else from that platform, right? So just stick with it longer than a couple years, and you'll probably be pushing into this zone. You may not have reached all the way to 10K, but if you've stuck with it a couple years, you're probably going to be earning at least a couple $100 a month. It's not that difficult to earn that much. Another interesting statistic, though, is that so the majority, so 75% of this 57,000 is managed. So either they have a manager, they have a label, or some other, basically they have a team. So if you want to triple your chance of success, get a team behind you to help support you in your music. If you have a team, you have tripled your chance of being successful, of essentially earning $10,000 or more per year on the platform. And also the number of DIY artists who represent this fraction of the population are actually decreasing year over year. So basically, DIY artists are actually less likely to earn over $10,000 per year from Spotify alone than artists that have a team. And that is kind of natural, right? If you have a team of producers and mixing engineers and mastering engineers and managers and promo specialists and PR representatives, like that's going to likely increase your chance of success much more than just doing everything yourself. So there is something to be said for having a team behind you and getting that team. That is probably going to be the number one thing of actually being able to move you forward in music. Okay, that's just the second tier. The next tier that I want to talk about is the amount of people earning 50,000 plus from Spotify every single year. This represents a quarter of the people earning over 10,000. So basically, of the people who are earning money over 10,000, a quarter of those are earning more than 50,000, which represents the median income in the US as of 2020. So essentially, and of the total amount of artists on the platform, so if there's 11 million artists on Spotify, basically 1 in 1,000 is earning over $50,000 just from Spotify alone. And this assumes that all of their income is coming from Spotify, right? That's probably not the case. A lot of artists earning $10,000 from Spotify alone are probably making well over $50,000 with merch sales and memberships and all of the other things that they're using to monetize their music. So don't just assume that that is the only way to monetize your music, because that's definitely not correct. But it's actually about 1 in 900 artists are earning over $50,000 from Spotify every single year. How do you beat out 900 other artists? How do you put in more effort and be better than 900 other artists? And that might seem very, very daunting, but I'm going to give you a couple statistics that hopefully help you conceptualize this so it's not so daunting. The first thing is only 1 in 10 people actually advertise their music. So 90% of artists don't even put any effort into advertising their music. That means if you do, you're automatically in the top 10%. So that cuts out the vast majority of people already that you're putting more effort in if you just simply advertise your music. About half of those artists that are earning $50,000 actually earn over $100,000 on the platform. So it's over half of them. So basically earn over $10,000. And then about a quarter of that percent earns $50,000. And then half of those people are earning $100,000. So if you're looking at this, it makes sense actually that success begets success, meaning that those who are already popular on the Spotify platform are going to become more popular as time goes on. As long as they don't quit music and their songs still stay relevant, they will continue to grow, or algorithmically, I should say, on the Spotify platform. Essentially, once you've broken into the industry or the algorithm through Spotify, you're more likely to experience even more success. So basically, it's a real grind at the beginning. If you grind through the beginning and are able to get that amount of success, then all of a sudden, you're more and more likely to be more successful, which actually kind of makes sense because Spotify's goal is to keep people on the platform. So they want eyeballs and they want to keep those eyeballs on the platform longer to feed them more ads that they can sell them or cause them to be more sticky in terms of their subscription payment. They don't want that to go away. The more people are listening on the platform, the more Spotify is happy. So they're going to feed them the highest quality music that the most number of people like. And so if your song is really good and you've proven that by giving Spotify enough data to prove that your song is good, then Spotify is going to reward you for that and feed your song to more people on the platform to keep them there longer. So it actually really makes sense if you think about it in those terms. And a lot of people will just really push back on this and be like, oh, independent artists aren't getting paid enough. And maybe you're right. But that doesn't serve you. That doesn't help you move forward in the industry. So throw out here, just as an idea, if you're willing to put in enough effort to get the ball rolling, then you actually have a pretty good shot of being successful. If you know that your songs are good enough to get in front of that number of people, then all of a sudden, once you start advertising, once you put in a significant amount of money into ads and a significant amount of time in producing content and significant amount of time just promoting your music in general, then you're actually very likely to experience success in terms of actual profitable career in music. Because once you have that initial success, then the rest of the success follows very quickly after. And this is how the entire economy works. People look at this and say it's unfair, and sure, maybe it's unfair because it's not equally distributed amongst all the artists. But in reality, very small percentage of artists that are bringing true value to the Spotify platform. Companies like Amazon and Walmart have gotten to be the companies in the world. It's because, at least in the US, because they were able to create a product so good that they beat out all the rest of the competition, and then therefore they get the lion's share of the market and therefore the money of people's voting dollars towards those companies. It's no different in music. And so we have to accept that that's the system we live in and then play the game accordingly. So if you're willing to play the game, you can actually win, but you need two things. One, you need great music, and not just good music. You need great music. And so that's not just, I need to hire a mixing engineer. No, it's you need to write great songs, and you need to be 100% sure that those songs are great before you release them. That's essentially what I have done in my music management agency, is that I've developed a process to be able to ensure a song is a hit before it's released. That's why we always get 100,000 streams or more with every single release we put out there, because we're able to test the song to ensure that it's awesome before it gets released. Okay, if you want to learn more about that, then there's a link down below in the description of this video that will bring you to another video where you can learn more about our process and how we actually do that. The other thing that you will need to do is actually put forth a lot of effort for a long time. And this is what most people are not willing to do, because they're not willing to be consistent enough for long enough to be successful. But I would say that it's unreasonable that you're not going to be successful if you put in the time and you stick with it long enough to actually experience that success. Success begets success. So the more traction you get, the faster that momentum is going to work for you. And so by putting in a lot of energy, either financially or time-wise at the very beginning of the process, you're going to receive that in dividends later in your career because you set yourself up for success, able to garner that initial fan base, which then organically grows if you have great music and a great brand to support it. With that said, thanks for watching this video. If you have any additional thoughts, I would love to hear them down below. Go ahead and tell me me how much of a capitalist I am and how I'm evil and I'm saying that independent artists don't work hard enough, because that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.